feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, and I hope you're having a wonderful night. Well, it is 1 a.m. where I'm at. What time is it where you are? I hope I'm not too loud. If I am, let me know. Put a 1 in chat if I'm too loud. And I can adjust the volume on the microphone. Well, I hope everybody's having a good day. You know what I don't understand, is people's actions. I don't understand. But I guess it's not meant for me to understand because it's their mind, not mine. It's just confusing. Earlier today, somebody showed up to my property after I've already told him he's not wanted here. And he keeps showing up. So Wednesday, I have to go get no trespassing signs and post them all over the property. But until then, just got to deal with it. So, what would you guys like to discuss this evening or this morning? And if you're commenting in chat, I am not seeing anything. It is quiet. Let me go to YouTube and see if anything's going on. It's been a long day. I'll tell you that. I had to get a new brace for my wrist today. The brace that I had, they want me to wear the same brace until the 9th. So, yes, Banana Fresh. I changed the name of the channel. I changed the name of Discord. I changed the name of everything to, well, the thing is. I think it sounds better than all things serious. Just saying. Well, I needed change, in my life, in what I do. I needed change. And that's when I changed the channel name. Got a new logo too. So I'm going to be revamping my merch store. It's just that I need a change. That's all I'm going to say with that. So Banana Fresh, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, my friend. How's the weather where you're at? Just call me Hen. How you doing? H. Davis. How you doing? Just call me Hen. Is into the house. Banana Fresh says up north it's chilly. When she walks outside, she got the fur coat on. Staying alive. Uh, uh, Staying alive. Staying alive. I was on Discord and somebody like my medication hadn't kicked in for my insomnia yet. So somebody said, "Who's live?" I said I could go live, and my meds hadn't kicked in yet. So, and then as the live started, yes, I have taken my happy pills, and oh man, so I'm live and I'm tired, but I'm in a good mood. So, uh, have you taken your happy pills? This live stream's going to be for the ages. Content creator takes his medication prior to live stream and loses all control. uh, no, I'm not going to say anything inappropriate, but man, I'm happy. Just saying, I'm happy. Even though I got a fractured wrist, I'm still happy. On the 9th, I see my doctor with a fractured wrist, and then I'll get in and see a specialist. Ruby Joy. That's awesome, Ruby Joy. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm going to drop the link. And if anybody wants to come up on panel, you can grace the stage. Yeah. So, with those of you who don't know, you're probably confused the comment that Ruby left. See, I used to be a professional painter by trade, and we talked about painting, and I shared my knowledge with her. I passed it down to the next person, and it worked. You know, I would tell this, Ruby, no one's ever perfect. No one's perfect, but we strive for perfection. That's the difference. You know, no man on this earth is perfect, but our goal is to strive for perfection. That's our goal. But there's no such thing as a perfect person. Perfection is where I want to be. And that's a struggle, you see. So, H. Davis, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. And for those of you who do not know, I took my happy medication before bed. So, yeah, I'm wanting to go to sleep and I'm fighting it. So, don't mind me. Ooh, it's a tough one, Banana Fresh. I did reach out to Lisa Kay. We had a falling out, and I apologized for how I acted. I hope she's doing well. I do. But yeah, yeah. A lot of things has happened, Banana Fresh. You know, um, I wish I could talk to you outside of YouTube and fill you in. If you want to email me, my email address hasn't changed. Um, and I can reach out to you outside of YouTube and I can fill you in on a whole bunch of stuff. I'll drop my email in. I am going to be updating my email specifically just for this channel and nothing else. So it's still all things serious one at gmail.com. But I will be changing the email to, well, the thing is at gmail.com in due time. But yeah, it's a lot has happened recently, Banana Fresh, and you're probably in the dark. A lot has happened. Um, I've lost a lot of people. You know, Shani B, how you doing? Welcome in. Blue skies and rainbows. Yeah. Can you dig it? Does anybody ever remember watching wrestling in the 90s? Kind of, sort of. On and off. On YouTube and off YouTube, yeah. Both. a bunch of stuff popped off. All right. Put a 1 in chat if you remember Degeneration X. So, I'm a diehard fan of wrestling, and you guys know that. Hen. Just call me Hen.
Was the question, do we remember Generation X, or are we a member of?
Hold on just a second. Oh, Banana Fresh says she's not a wrestling fan. So, everybody remember, well, you probably not, unless you're a wrestling fan. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, Degeneration X proudly brings to you its tag team champions of the world, Road Dogg Jesse James, Badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. And if you ain't down with that, I got 2 words for you. And the crowd knows what he says.
No idea what you're on about. The only wrestling I remember is when Hulk Hogan was still doing it.
Oh, so you remember Macho Man Randy Savage did?
Yeah.
Hogan, you know when we get in that wrestling ring, Hogan, I'm gonna snap you like a Slim Jim.
Of course, we had our own wrestlers. We had Big Daddy.
Yeah.
His real name was Shirley, I think. Something like that.
So.
Can you imagine being a big macho wrestler, your real name's Shirley?
Well, imagine Shawn Michaels' real name is Sean Hickenbottom.
But,
so imagine having your last name pop up on the bottom screen. Sean Hickenbottom.
Well, it's like John Wayne was Marion, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's funny, these like macho men with girly names.
So, Shani, you like The Rock. It doesn't matter. Well, I liked It's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yep.
Yeah. No. I wasn't really. I mean, I watched wrestling as a kid. I don't know why, but my kids didn't know, so that's probably why I don't really know like the newer stuff. I do know The Rock, but I think he's just world famous, whether you're a wrestling fan or not. Even before he became a movie star, everyone knew who The Rock was.
Yep. Just like everybody knows who that cheat, disloyal, and got no respect John Cena is.
Yeah, I've heard about him.
It used to be hustle, loyalty, and respect.
And why are you saying he doesn't now?
He used to never low blow anybody. Now he does. He goes to kick you in the nuts just to win a match. There we go. I just started a conversation. I better change it.
So how are you, Eddie? How the hell did you break your wrist, by the way? Was you skateboarding?
Horse playing.
Oh, you weren't skateboarding then?
No, I can't skateboard, man. If I stand on a skateboard, that thing will snap in half.
Oh no, they've got some super hefty ones nowadays.
I hope they do. I'm not getting on. I'm too tall and too big to be on a skateboard. I got no coordination.
No, nor have I.
Yeah, me on a skateboard, that would be a Comedy Central type thing.
There's a reason I don't drive, lack of coordination.
Yeah, they put me on Ridiculousness with Rob Deirdre.
By the way, if you hear weird noises, it's because I'm working while we're talking. I'm
Working?
spraying.
What are you making?
I'm spraying paper with tea. Tea dyeing paper at the moment.
Yeah. She's dying
Yeah.
paper. Can you dig it?
Right.
Banana Fresh said I'd watch.
What would he watch?
Me skateboard.
Oh.
Oh my word. That'd be funny.
Thank you, Shani. I hate it.
Well, DC, I've been having trouble with EVMUX because my internet's too slow. So I have to go back with StreamYard for right now until I get a faster internet and a better computer. Then I'm going to switch to EVMUX. It just drains on my CPU.
I popped into Jet's mum's. She was live only for about 2 minutes. Literally popped in.
Yeah.
And she ended the stream. She's freaking out again over something. I don't know what's going on with her lately.
Yeah, I don't either. I hope everything's all right.
I hope so too. She seems to be making enemies everywhere at the moment.
That's not healthy.
No.
I have enemies, but not everywhere.
I said I hope she's all right too.
If I didn't mend bridges with certain creators, I'd have enemies everywhere.
Yeah. No. Some of them aren't worth being friends with, though, are they?
No, but the thing is, right, is, you know, I didn't get to know people first before I became friends with somebody who did me dirty.
Yeah.
And I tried to talk them off the ledge, but they didn't want to listen. Like, avoid the drama. Avoid the drama. Nope. Nope. Shani knows what I'm talking about. If she's still here.
Sometimes you can't avoid it. It follows you around like a bad smell.
You know,
I
was made to believe that I was a true friend. I was made to believe I was somebody's friend.
Yeah.
And I wasn't.
Oh yeah, I mean I've made enemies along the way because I don't put up with bullshit, and I call it out. I'm like, you don't give me that bullshit.
Yep.
And they don't like it.
Now I have acquaintances that hopefully will become friends in other communities. So,
yeah. I mean, true crime's toxic anyway.
Well,
has been as long as I've known.
I have actually distanced myself from talking about true crime, to be honest.
It's toxic. It's a toxic environment. I mean, I watch LawTube rather than true crime because at least they, you know. Well, I watch one particular lawyer streaming about it because I think half of the lawyers that stream about things are talking bollocks as well.
I like Nate the lawyer. He's all
right. Not a big fan. There's certain things about him. He's not the worst of them. I watch Emily DeBaker. That's what I watch. I trust her. I think she's funny, and knowledgeable. But when Nate was going up against that Bowsy guy or whatever his name was, and trying to, I'm like, yeah. I'm not sure it's about being entertained about people dying. It's not always about people dying. Some people watch it to get tips on how to kill people and get away with it.
My thing is, I think more attention should be drawn to missing children.
Yes, I don't. And I know that sounds sad. I don't, because it makes me sad to think about the missing children. Yes, in a way it should. There's a kid that's been missing from over this way for a very long time, 40 years now, I think it's coming on to. His name's Ben Needham, and he was on holiday and he went missing. And his story never really got the coverage that Maddie McCann's has. You know, you all know who Maddie McCann is, don't you?
There's a lot of stories I don't know.
You don't know about Madeleine McCann?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought she was world famous. Because her story got so much coverage, it's unbelievable. Yes, Banana, that's my issue. They all are fighting with each other and not covering actual crime. All they ever do is talk about. Sorry, I keep moving away from the microphone. All they ever do is bitch about another creator.
Well, my opinion is, I have friends that are true crime creators that I do watch. I just don't get up on panel and add my 2 cents, but I watch and I listen, and that's all they do is talk about cases. They don't. That's all they do, and I love it.
Too many of them don't though.
Correct. But the thing is I don't talk about them. I know what you're talking about, and
you don't necessarily know who I'm talking about, because I don't really go to any of the channels anymore, because I just don't. But but yeah, I'd rather watch a lawyer cover a case than some idiot on the internet that doesn't actually know anything about it.
Well, the thing is a lawyer is good to a certain extent, right? Me, I rather listen to an ex-con talk about true crime, cases, along with a lawyer, because the ex-con knows the insides of it, the lawyer knows the outsides of it.
But see, I'm on about court cases. I'm watching a court case. The lawyer can explain what's going on in court.
Yes.
Break it down to the normal person that has no fucking clue.
Yeah.
So, my spray bottle stopped spraying. No! That's annoying.
But, I don't know. I haven't been swimming yet this summer.
You haven't been swimming yet?
Nope.
Yes, Ruby understands the Maddie McCann case. There's been so many documentaries about him. I'm surprised you haven't heard about it.
No. But the case that's close to me and it's not too far from where I live is Maddie Soto. Maddie Soto. That case.
Her parents should have been arrested for neglect, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, the boyfriend is the one that committed the crime.
I know this is a different. I'm talking about Maddie McCann.
Oh, okay.
So they left 3 kids in an apartment while they're on holiday, while they went and had drinks and food with their friends. And one of the kids gets kidnapped.
Wow.
Yeah, and they didn't get done for neglect. They were both middle-class doctors. You know, if it was me, I would have got done for neglect and had the other 2 kids.
They got money privilege.
They've got privilege. No. But yeah, I'm still not 100% convinced they weren't involved in her disappearance.
Because if they didn't have money, they'd both be sitting in jail. In my opinion.
But they'd probably have the other kids taken off of them.
Yep.
No.
In my opinion, I think if I had a lot more money, I would probably got away with a lot more things.
Yeah.
But, you know, being poor, that's why I don't get in no more trouble, because I can't afford to get in trouble. Yeah, Ruby, I'll be swimming soon. Didn't a girl come out and say that she was Madeline McCain? That she was kidnapped?
Yes, she wasn't.
By a family. Whatever happened to that?
She wasn't. She's just a grifter. Although I don't know, because she's still saying that she's got DNA tests to prove it now. But they basically said no, she wasn't ages ago. But they also think it's some guy that's dead that took her. Like I said, I'm still not convinced it wasn't them. Hi, Zelly. Yeah.
What's up, Zelly? How you doing? Like, why would you insert, if you ain't that person, why would you insert yourself into that case?
Well, why didn't the family get DNA test on the person that's saying they're that person? Because they didn't.
Wow.
Aye.
That makes a lot of sense. Who's to say she was kidnapped and not given up? So.
Yeah. There was a girl that went missing from around where I am. She was officially an adult. She was 19. And her family were like going everywhere, putting up posters and stuff. And it got some like local coverage and a little bit of national coverage. And she was missing for, I think, 2 years. In the meantime, her brother, who couldn't cope with her being missing, took his own. I'll end it there. And finally, they found her remains in a loft. It meant that them parents lost both children because of one horrible piece of work, who also had took his own, you know what.
Yeah.
Before she was found, he'd already taken his own.
But yeah, there's some wild cases out there.
Yeah. But then you've got the psychic saying, "Oh yeah, she's in Malta. She's drowned." No, she wasn't. I mean, I'm not anti-psychics. I just don't think they should be covering things like that. You've got that one that got sued by the professor in Idaho, didn't you? She decided that her spirit guides had told her that a professor was having an affair with one of the female students, and she'd hired someone to do the deed. I'm being very wary of what I say. And she got sued.
That's wild.
And the reason she chose that professor is because she looked through a list of the professors that worked there, and that name stood out to her. And then suddenly she was getting told all this information by her spirit guides.
You talking about Montgomery?
That
You talking about Harmony Montgomery Banana Fresh? You're welcome, Three Sides.
talking about family knowing exactly where someone is reminds me of the Gabby Petito case and Brian. Was it Brian? Was that his name? The one that her boyfriend, fiance, and how the family found him straight away. I'm still convinced they actually drove him there and helped him end it.
What case are you talking about?
Gabby Petito.
Oh, they found her?
They found her ages ago. How out of date are you?
I've been in the dumps, man. Dark, deep.
That's about 2 years ago now.
No, I was talking about what Banana Fresh was talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's what he's saying. They found her exactly where family said she would be.
So, I'm lost. I'm lost on the case you're talking about.
Who, me?
No, Banana Fresh. Oh. She said, you left, Amanda Grzinski. She said, you left New Hampshire, Ed, and the crime has gone wild with the girl that was missing, and they found her where the family said she was for years, but the cops didn't look.
But if the family knew where she was, how? How did they know? I find that very sus.
So update is remains found at a New Hampshire golf course had been positively identified as the woman who went missing 5 years ago, officials announced Tuesday. The woman, Amanda Kraszewski, was reported missing March 17th, 2020, out of Derry, about 13 miles southeast of Manchester, New Hampshire.
But how
It
did the
said
family manage to
her
do
remains were found near the Hoodcroft Country Club golf course on Thursday, just over 5 years after she went missing. So it said Amanda's aunt, Joan, told television station WFXT that her niece was staying overnight at an apartment when she went missing on March 17th. She left her belongings at the apartment, her aunt said. A Facebook post made yesterday by a woman claiming to be a grandmother's of the child. The moving tribute, you were never forgotten, you never will be. So it said Robert Russell, owner of 28 TAC Air Ops drone services in New Hampshire, said Friday that in 2024, Amanda's family contacted the company and asked to use drones to help find her in a specific area of Derry. The company worked with Janice Keller of Skydog Aerial Drones and other individuals to fly drones in an area near the golf club and parking area. The team had some points of interest in mind, but nothing really stuck out, the company wrote online. So the area that she went missing by the golf course is where they found her.
But why wouldn't the police search there if that's where she was last seen?
Ben Innifred said that house has been raided over and over, but the cops wouldn't look in that area.
It just doesn't make sense.
Give me just a second, man. All right. So, all right, I'm back. Sorry.
So they didn't care because she was involved in drugs, is what you're saying.
Yeah, substance. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad our police force isn't like that.
See, my opinion, and three sides. Tell me if I'm wrong in this theory, okay? See, when I do my speculation on cases, I speculate on the evidence that is given to me, right? That is released to the public.
Yeah.
And then you draw your own conclusion from the information that is released to the public.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, yeah.
But a
Exactly
lot of
what you
people
should
don't do that. They take a story that hasn't come out by the police and they run with it. Yes, you base your theories on facts.
See, obviously, I'm watching the Karen Reid retrial at the moment, and everyone goes on about how wonderful Turtle Boy is, and he shouldn't be jailed, and he's done nothing wrong. He has totally harassed people.
Who's that?
You know the Karen Reid case, don't you?
Yep.
You know, you've heard of Turtle Boy?
Yeah, I can't stand Turtle Boy.
No, nor can I. But everyone thinks he's fucking wonderful. No, he's not. He's a piece of...
He's a piece of work.
Yeah. See how I stopped myself from saying it? I'm doing very well, ain't I?
What?
Stop myself from saying the swear word. The curse word.
So, Sandy, if you want to come up on panel and hang out with me, you can. 3 sides, you're more than welcome to join us on panel. Come on up. Talk to chat for a second. Give me just a second.
He asked me to talk to chat as I walk away from the laptop. Perfect. Hello, chat. How are you doing? Our 3 sides will come up on another night. Got to work at 6. Cool. Yes, he does. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the glare either.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
No problem. I literally walked away from the laptop when you said, "Can you talk to the chat for a minute?"
Oh. Oh, you'll get up at 6 a.m.? Yeah, I gotta go to bed soon anyway.
It's already gone 6 a.m. where I am. It's 6:45, nearly 10 to 7.
Yeah, Shandy, come on up. So, Banana Fresh said, "Hen, why are you spraying tea on what?
I'm dyeing. I'm using it to dye paper because I make books, like journals and stuff. So I'm using it to dye the paper to make it look old. So, and I've got to make as many as I can before. Not this week, not next weekend, the following weekend, because I've got a festival that I'm going to be trying to sell them at.
She's a craft lady. She makes crafts.
I make crafts, not crack. It sounds like crack, but no. Crafts. Yes, crafts.
She makes handmade journals.
Yeah, handmade books and stuff, yeah.
To keep track of your
Well, I mean, to be fair, these are more for writing your spell work in.
Shani, what time is it where you're at? Getting my kid ready for bed right now. It's 2:00 in the morning where I'm at.
Yeah, you heard crack. It did sound like he said crack, didn't it? No. Yeah. Everyone heard you say crack.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Three sides heard it. Banana Fresh heard it. No. YouTube is addictive, by the way, and it is good to take some time away from it now and again.
Yes. And DC still here. All around, all around, all around, all around.
I've got to go make up some more tea. I've run out.
I mean, if it's okay if she's making crack, LOL.
No, it's not. It's not okay. I am a good girl, Eddie. Do not ruin my reputation.
Yeah, she's a good cook.
A good what?
A good cook.
I'm not a good cook. I'm a bad cook. My kids will tell you that I'm a bad cook.
Shani said she'll be all right back.
Apparently, Freeside is doing some sort of challenge, and he wants Shani to tell us all about it.
So Shani's on the west side. West side?
California.
California love.
Right, I'm actually going to go because I'm actually going to try and get some sleep.
All right, good night, my friend.
Oh, just normal black tea, banana. I don't drink any of that fancy shit. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
All right, you too, my friend. Have a good night. Yeah, me too. I'm on the East Coast. I'm down south. I'm in Florida. Georgia peach. Georgia peach. Those peaches out of Georgia are really good. If you don't understand that, you misunderstood. So Three Sides used to live in Siesta Key. But now she's in the great GA, representing the East Side. By the way of the South Side. All right, I'll quit rhyming. But I love having Hen up here. Hen's an awesome person. She's really good people. So my whole family's from New York. I'm from Florida. I was born in Orlando, grew up in Gainesville, and then I moved up north, New Hampshire, for like 25 years. So I left Florida when I was 15 and moved to New Hampshire and was up there for off and on 25 years. Off and on. Hannah's in the UK. She lives in the UK. Ghost of Your Time in October. So I think, yeah, I miss being, I wish I never lost my Southern accent. I got a Northern one, but I knew something was off about you, Banana Fresh. She's from Salem, Mass, the home of the witch trials. So I will be live tomorrow evening. I'm going to be covering PTSD. Specifically flashbacks. So if you want to join me, I will be live tomorrow evening covering PTSD flashbacks. So I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. But Banana Fresh, reach out to me, send me an email. I'll give you my phone number. 5:30 p.m. Between 5:30 and 6:30 p.m. I'm thinking 6:30. Okay, I'm thinking 6:30 p.m. my time. So, and I'll give you my phone number so we can connect, and I'll fill you in. The reason why I can cover PTSD is because I understand it and I deal with it. So, but I will see you guys tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that being said, well, the thing is, I am out, my friends. So, good night, good morning, good day. See you later.